Well, welcome tonight to tonight's Distinguished Students Dinner. It is our pleasure to welcome you here. I am Bobby Amick. I'm the president of McKinney School Board. And it is just a great pleasure to be here, to see all of you here. It's just really one of the great thrills of the year to come both for the distinguished students and for other banquets honoring teachers and retirees. And I'm just thrilled to death to be here. One of the reasons I'm so glad to be here is, as you've seen some of the pictures, I've developed a bit of a reputation. And that is, I got out of the Navy, 15 years ago, and I've got all these stories that I never got to tell anybody. And so whenever there's a crowd, I'm like, you know what, there's a story for that. Yeah. And so I like to share some of my stories. And I try to work into it a little bit. A lesson learned, at least for me. Perhaps there's a lesson that you can take out of it as well. I'm not offended if you don't see the lesson. It might be completely contrived anyway, so I will not be offended. I want to tell you a story about the training that we did when I was in the Navy. Most of you, I think, well, some of you at least, have heard that I flew P-3s. P-3s is a maritime patrol aircraft, and the primary mission, at least back in the day, was anti-submarine warfare. We were training for blue ocean anti-submarine warfare against the Soviet Union. Soviet Union was this group of states, now we just kind of refer to as Russia. Anyway. The big threat was that the Soviets would have either an Oscar or Victor class submarine, and that they would launch some kind of ballistic missile, a Kula submarines to launch a ballistic missile, and they'd launch the mighty P-3 Orion to go out and to find them and to track them and to take them out before they could do any harm to America. Well, a big part of what we did was training, and we trained religiously. Just every week we'd get the crew together and we'd talk about what are we going to do in this scenario? What are we going to do in this scenario? We'd go out to the airplane. We'd go through drills. Drills involving ordinary things like fires that might happen on board the aircraft, and things that maybe weren't so ordinary. But what do you do when you lose contact on a submarine? How are you going to regain contact? How are you going to get the torpedo in the right spot? So we trained and we trained and we trained, and we got through training. Well, we trained some more. There was a point where we were pretty acclimatized to all the training that we got, and we got the word coming in from the top that it's going to be a huge exercise. Part of the exercise was a submarine that was pretending to be a Russian submarine, ballistic missile submarine, was going to be launching some ballistic missiles, and we had to go out and maintain an on-stay period for 3 days straight with our squadron. And you knew if you lost the evolution if you saw a green flare go up into the sky. That meant that you didn't find him, and he was actually able to get up and to launch the missile. So we were kind of hyped up. We're getting ready for our turn to go out on station. No one had found the submarine at any time. No flares had been shot, and we're running to the end of the entire evolution. We were the last crew that were going to be on station. And we briefed the crew. We got everybody ready. We loaded up the airplane. We got ready to take off, and my in-flight technician comes up and he says, "Lieutenant, can I have a word?" Yeah, but we're kind of in a hurry here. We've got to get out there. He's like, yeah, that's what I want to tell you about. Those sonobuoys that we load for you to be able to track the submarine? I said, yeah, right. He said, I told you what I wanted, right? I want, medium strings. I don't want to be 4 hours in length. And he goes, yeah. He said, you normally say medium long, and that means medium strings, long life. Well, I was training a new guy to do this, and he got it backwards. So all of your buoys are mislabeled and and I said, well, that's problematic because it takes 2 hours to get all that turned around. He says, we're working on it now. We're working on it right now. And miss our on station. It's going to be a problem. And they were able to turn it around in about an hour. We took off. We went out there. Just as we were coming on station, I look on the horizon, and what do I see? Green flare.
Oh.
Like, oh, that's just awful. Called up to the ship that we were working with, and I said, hey, USP-3 checking in. He said, too late. He says, you might as well go home. I said, well, we got too much gas to go home. We got to stay out here and do something. So we got out there and we laid our buoy pattern. We sat on that buoy pattern for 4 hours. We got no contact whatsoever. Just as the buoys were about to die, we decided to leave station. As we were climbing out, my acoustic operator says, got contact on buoy 3. Training kicked in immediately. We dropped down to the appropriate depth, honed in on that one buoy, put a localizing pattern in, dropped a torpedo on, and we saved the day. So we lost Chicago, but LA is still good. So it was not as successful as we would like, but there were at least 3 lessons that I think are appropriate for this crowd. And it has to do with, what are you going to do after now? When you leave high school, what are you going to do? I found a quote from a guy named Philip Stanhope, the 4th Earl of Chesterfield. You may be familiar with his work. I, however, was not. But he said, whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. I thought, that is catchy. I should remember that. Whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. And it seemed that the point of his advice was that your attitude and your effort should always be top-notch. There should be no half-effort jobs. What? No half-effort jobs. And that describes what we did on the crew. We gave 100% all the time. The problem with that is that it doesn't really jive with government work, because in government work, if the minimum wasn't good enough, it wouldn't be the minimum. Thank you. Tough crowd. But the takeaway from that lesson is do your best. Do your best. The second piece of advice is from a guy named Zig Ziglar. He's more contemporary. He adapted the work of Philip Stanhope, 4th Earl of Chesterfield, and he said, if you can't do it well at first, keep trying until you can. And his actual quote was, anything worth doing is worth doing poorly until you can learn to do it well. And of course what that means is, if you can't do it well at first, just keep trying. And that kind of exemplifies the training that we had. We kept trying, we kept trying, we kept trying. And we didn't, as you know, practice doesn't make perfect, but perfect practice eventually makes perfect. And that was the mantra of our crew. The problem with that is that eventually it wears you out. So in addition to do your best, don't quit on yourself. You will know when it's time to move on. But don't move on as long as you have the desire and the ability to move forward. Don't quit on yourself. The final piece of advice, you'll have to listen carefully to see the difference. And this is by a guy named G.K. Chesterton, written about 300 years after Philip Stanhope. He said, if a thing is worth doing, it is worth doing badly. If a thing is worth doing, it's worth doing badly. Now, is that the same thing as Zig Ziglar's anything worth doing is worth doing poorly until you learn to do it well? You have to understand when the statement was made. It was made at a time when parents were outsourcing the raising of their kids to nannies and such as that. They were outsourcing the care of their parents, their aging parents, to professional institutions. And his point was, look, and it may make more sense if I emphasize the right words, if a thing is worth doing, then it's worth doing badly. In other words, focus on the things that are worth doing, and it doesn't matter how well you do it. If you are taking care of people, if you're investing your lives into people, then even if you do it badly, then it's worth doing. So you may be asking yourself, what is worth doing? Well, when we returned from that flight, we got back to the squadron, and it was a mixed bag, as you might say. The IFT, the guy that loaded the buoys the first time, had heard the word had gotten back that the green flare had gotten launched, and he was in his shop, and he was inconsolable. 19-year-old young man, just crying his eyes out because he felt like he let the squadron down. My pilot saw this and he said, that just won't do. And I thought he was going to go really read him the riot act for his mistake. But instead, he went into the shop and he put his arm around the young man. He said, you know what? This is training. It's training. And you are a real person, and you will not make that mistake ever again. He lifted him up. And my pilot was a horrible personality, to be quite honest. He had a way of irritating the most patient of any of us, and a way of insulting people who would cause no one any harm. But he realized the value of this young man, and even though he may not have done it well, he did it because it was worth doing. Do worthwhile things regardless of your ability to do them well. And that includes practice empathy, be kind, exercise humility, extend grace. And that's the best advice that I can give you as you go find to do what is worthwhile. This time, I'd like to introduce our superintendent of schools, Dr. Rick McDaniel.
Very good. Welcome, everyone. How are we doing tonight? I always have an enviable task of having to follow Mr. Amick and his stories from back when he was going through training and in the Navy. And all I can say is I've been in education for 30 years. I've got some stories, too. And some of them might actually involve some of the students in this room, but I'm not going to go there right now. We are here tonight to celebrate these seniors and these distinguished students, and it's going to be a special night. I was looking back through my notes from last year and some of the things that I said, and I was thinking, well, I can't say the same things. And I thought, well, these are different kids. I sure can. So here's what I said, because it's relevant tonight as well. Tonight is about, seniors, capturing a moment. Okay? I apologize to those who remember this from last year. It is about capturing a little snapshot in time that you can look back on years from now when you're trying to reminisce about your senior year. Those in the audience that can remember their senior year will recall certain aspects of it. They don't remember all the details, but I can guarantee you that when they think back on that 12th grade year, they can remember little bits and pieces of the year that stuck out and stuck in their mind to this day. So tonight's ceremony is about honoring, of course, the best of the best students that we have. It's about honoring the best of the best teachers that we have as well. But it's also about capturing this moment tonight so that when you reflect later on in your lives on what your senior year was really all about, this is one of those moments that you're going to remember. This night is for you, students. Parents, it is for you as well. and the job that you've done in leading these students to this point, we know it takes all of us, right? It takes all of us. And these students have accomplished great things. So we're here tonight to honor them, and I'm looking forward to that. But before we start doing that, I've got to make some quick introductions, very important introductions, all right? And I will start tonight by introducing the members of the McKinney ISD School Board. Before I call them out individually and have them stand and be recognized, let me just say that when I look around the room and I look around our district and I look at all that we have been able to accomplish in recent years, all you have to do is look no further than the McKinney ISD Board of Trustees to know that it is their support, it is their vision for this district that has helped us to accomplish the things that we've accomplished to this point. I cannot say enough about the camaraderie that they have with one another. They don't always agree on every little thing, okay? That might come as a surprise to you. But I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, they leave, they're a team. We're all pulling in the same direction. And I can tell you from talking to other superintendents, that is not the case everywhere you go. I am blessed to have a board of trustees like the one I've got. And Mr. Amick, I will say publicly, I know you're stepping down from the board. We will miss you. You have been an integral part of a lot of different aspects of these accomplishments I've referred to, and I'll just say publicly, we're going to miss you. We're about to get started with the good stuff, I promise you. Tonight's Distinguished Student Awards ceremony is a celebration of everything that is good about McKinney ISD. We honor your students who have earned the highest level of recognition at the end of your elementary and secondary school years, and we honor the parents, teachers, and administrators that have helped and influenced you along the way. Throughout these awards, we recognize the strong partnership between McKinney ISD and our community that creates the academic excellence that we desire for all of our students. The McKinney ISD Distinguished Student Honor is the highest honor bestowed upon a student in our school district. Now, for those of you who did not hear me, let me just say this one more time. This is the highest honor bestowed upon students in our McKinney ISD school district. This is a special night indeed. McKinney ISD faculty administrators select the most outstanding students in the following subject areas: English, science, social studies, mathematics, career and technology, foreign language, fine arts, athletics, at-large selections, and your valedictorians and your salutatorians. Students are selected based upon academic success, but also upon their contribution to a particular department. In addition, students selected demonstrate a high level of character, integrity, and selflessness, demonstrated by involvement and overall contributions to their respective campus. In addition to these amazing students, we will be honoring some of McKinney ISD's finest teachers this evening. Each student was asked to select the teacher who made the most significant impact on his or her life. These dedicated teachers will be honored this evening with the McKinney ISD Inspirational Teacher Award, which you see up front.
We begin tonight's recognitions in the area of English. Madison Johnson from McKinney Boyd High School. Madison is an AP Scholar with distinction and the recipient of several academic excellence awards. She participates in mock trial, and she has researched sewing design with the Interdisciplinary Study and Mentorship Program. Next year, Madison will major in rhetoric and writing in the Honors Liberal Arts Program at the University of Texas at Austin. Her inspirational teacher is Jennifer Bennett.
I've had the privilege of being taught by the ray of light that is Mrs. Bennett for 3 years. Not only has her passion for literature ignited me in an affinity for English and led me to pursue writing as a career, but with her compassion and undying support, even outside the classroom, I've come to see her as a second mother. In teaching me to love freely and appreciate all that I'm given, she has truly shaped me into the person I am today, and I count each day that I get to spend with her as a blessing.
From McKinney High School, Mia Hayes. Mia is a McKinney ISD Concerto Competition finalist, and she's a member of the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. Mia has also been selected for All-State Band. She plays on the varsity tennis team and is a member of the Spanish Club. Next year, Mia will attend Southeastern University to major in English and Intercultural Studies with a minor in Community Development and Poverty Alleviation. Her inspirational teacher is Sandra Island.
As my third grade teacher, Mrs. Island was not only an academic inspiration by challenging me in her classroom and pushing me to excellence, but also a personal inspiration. As a teacher who believed in me and my abilities even more than I did, she not only ignited my love for reading and poetry, but also helped me discover my gift and passion for writing, and even helped me publish my first poem.
Peyton Jackson from McKinney North High School. Peyton was selected District 14-5A Academic Elite in 2016, and she was chosen for the 2015 District 10-5A Second Team All-District. Peyton serves on the Superintendent Student Advisory Council, as well as the Kappa House Advisory Council. Peyton will attend Coker College next year to study biology for a future career in medicine. Her inspirational teacher is Scott Henry.
Mr. Henry brought my academics to a level I never thought I could reach. However, the main reason Mr. Henry is so important to me is his impact on my confidence. Mr. Henry never failed to push me out of my comfort zone to success. Piece by piece, he broke down the walls holding me back until I became the confident, independent, outspoken student and young lady I am today. For that, I thank him.
For achievements in science. From McKinney Boyd High School, Austin Williams. Austin is a National Merit Finalist, as well as an AP Scholar with distinction. He was chosen as captain for the academic UIL team, and he is the structural and fundraising leader for the Living Roof team. Austin will study mechanical engineering at the University of Texas at Dallas next year. His inspirational teacher is Dr. David Hodum.
As my teacher for the past 2 years, Dr. Hodum has inspired a love for the sciences. A modern-day Faraday, Dr. Hodum exemplifies that scientific progress is about ideas and curiosity, and not simply mathematical expressions of vibrations and fields. With his encouraging analogies of test performances, lumberjack attire, and knowledge of great TV shows, Dr. Hodum is not only someone I would call a stellar teacher, but also one I would call a friend.
Michael Hamilton from McKinney High School. Michael is co-captain on the cross-country team and a member of the track and field team as well. He's an Eagle Scout, and he's earned 3 academic excellent cords. Next year, Michael will enroll in the United States Naval Academy. His inspirational teacher is Catherine Watson.
As my AP chemistry teacher, Mrs. Watson sparked in me a love for chemistry, which has led me to lean towards a degree in this field. She has also inspired me athletically, as she is the past cross-country coach and still runs on her own, so I can always go to talk to her about running, and I can always count on seeing her at several of our meets throughout the season.
From McKinney North High School, Jack DeMarco. Jack is a member of the National Honor Society and a 3-time Rotary Academic Excellence Award winner. He achieved academic all-district in golf in 2015 and 2016, and he won the Varsity Golf Sportsmanship Award in 2016. Next year, Jack will study environmental engineering at the University of Texas at Austin. His inspirational teacher is Faisal Khan.
AP Physics C is the most challenging class I have taken in school, but the most rewarding. Mr. Khan teaches very advanced concepts while still showing his humor through countless puns. He has prepared me for my future by pushing me to my limits and not simply handing me the answers. He has taught me how to think for myself, which has carried over in all aspects of my life. Thank you for the confidence I have gained.
For achievements in social studies, Andrew Riding from McKinney Boyd High School. Andrew is a National Merit Commended Scholar, and he achieved academic excellence in foreign language his junior year. He's vice president of the Latin Club and an officer in the Engineering Club. Andrew will pursue a degree in mechanical engineering at the University of Texas at Dallas next year. His inspirational teacher is Colin Beto.
Coach Beto, from the very start of my freshman year, has always been a source of inspiration for me. From the time when I played football as a freshman to when I was a student in his class as a junior, I never stopped learning and growing as a person. He taught me the true meaning of dedication, showed me the value of integrity, and overall pushed me to work to my greatest potential. I know that without his influence on my past, I would be a lesser person than I am today.
All right, here you go. Good job.
From McKinney High School, Eleanor Garstein. Eleanor is an AP Scholar with Distinction and winner of the Rotary Youth Leadership Award 26 District 5810. Eleanor is an AP Scholar with Distinction and winner of the Rotary Youth Leadership Award 26 District 5810. She's president of the Interact Club and a member of the Interdisciplinary Study and Mentorship Program. Next year, Eleanor will attend the Macomb School of Business at the University of Texas at Austin. Her inspirational teacher is Mark Baer.
As my world geography and AP Human Geography teacher, Mr. Baer was the first teacher to show me how much I love social studies. He taught me to have an appreciation for learning that can be applied to the real world. As well as instilling a newfound appreciation for different cultures, Mr. Baer taught concepts I will use both in and out of the classroom.
Good job.
Trinity Vincent from McKinney North High School. Trinity is a National Merit Scholar and a Student of Excellence Award winner 4 years in a row. She is a teacher's aide at Cockrell Middle School and a volunteer with Project Linus. Next year, Trinity will major in Information Technology and Systems at the University of Texas at Dallas. Her inspirational teacher is Dr. Jean Lake Brown.
I find Dr. Lake Brown inspirational because she is a dedicated teacher and never fails to make me smile. She continually makes her lessons interesting and engaging, and the subject matter is relevant to everyday life. Dr. Lake Brown's class is one that I can honestly say I enjoy attending every day, and the knowledge I have gained from her will stay with me long after graduation. Thank you for an awesome year.
For achievements in mathematics. From McKinney Boyd High School, Aiden OBrian. Aiden is a member of the Student Council and the National Honor Society. He's a special needs volunteer and mentor and a 4-year varsity letterman. Aiden will study pre-med at the University of Oklahoma next year. His inspirational teacher is Jennifer Hamlet.
Mrs. Hamlet required the absolute best of me since my first day of high school. She inspired and encouraged me to reach my full potential and emphasized the importance of success in the classroom. Mrs. Hamlet is a great teacher who really sparked my interest in biology, which has led me to pursue a career in medicine. Her wonderful support academically and athletically paved the way for a successful high school career.
Allison Wu from McKinney High School. Allison is a National Merit Commended Scholar and an AP Scholar with Distinction. She's a 4-year member of the Honors Band and a Golden Ambassador for her school. Next year, Allison will attend Rice University to study bioengineering and statistics. Her inspirational teacher is Teresa Horvath.
Mrs. Horvath is one of the sweetest, most caring people I know. Although Calculus BC didn't sound fun at first, she managed to make it my favorite class because of her amazing teaching ability. As my teacher, she drove me to be my best by setting high standards for me. I chose to pursue a major in the STEM field because of her. Thank you, Ms. Horvath, for helping me find my passion.
From McKinney North High School, DeAndrea Veals. DeAndrea is an AP Scholar with Distinction, and she has her Certified Nursing Assistant certification. She was chosen as a Texas Christian University Chancellor Scholar, and she is a Master Musician Award winner. DeAndrea will attend Texas Christian University and major in biochemistry next year. Her inspirational teacher is Deanne Pratt.
My AP Calculus teacher, Mrs. Pratt, has inspired me to always try to improve myself. She dedicates the time to listen to student feedback on how well concepts were taught to enrich her lessons for next year. Additionally, she places high expectations for each student and makes sure to let us know if we are not doing our best. Overall, Mrs. Pratt constantly inspires her students to surpass her highest expectations.
For achievements in career and technology,
This is current.
McKenzie Bryant from McKinney Boyd High School. McKenzie has served as vice president and president of her school's FCCLA chapter. She received the Academic Excellence Award for athletic training this year, and she's the manager at Made of Sugar and Spice in downtown McKinney. Next year, McKenzie will attend Oklahoma State University in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Her inspirational teacher is Alice Ellenberg.
Mrs. Ellenberg has significantly impacted my life in a positive fashion as my sophomore English teacher and mentor. She has taught me essential skills that will benefit me in college and beyond. She has incredibly influenced my life and also my family's lives by reaching out in our times of need and offering any assistance she can provide. She is a wise, caring, and successful mentor that truly inspires me to be a better friend, student, and person.
From McKinney High School, John Miller. John has won over 30 various journalism awards over the past 3 years, including Journalism Student of the Year and placing third nationally for Multimedia Story of the Year. He was also chosen as a staff member on the All-State Journalism team. John will attend radio, television, and film school at the University of Texas at Austin. His inspirational teacher is Amy Smith.
As my AP English teacher, Mrs. Smith taught me to improve my writing and analyze literature. To make class fun, she showed us fanny pack dances and encouraged us not to eat the marshmallow. Outside of class, she's one of my favorite people to talk to, whether that's over brunch or about Gilmore Girls. I cherish our conversations. Mrs. Smith has taught me to be a better student and to always have an optimistic outlook.
Sarah Taylor from McKinney North High School. Sarah is a member of the National Honor Society, and she was elected as executive producer for her school's broadcast team, NTV. She has medaled in the Interscholastic League Press Conference UIL state conferences, and she's a National Journalism Education Association broadcast competition winner. Sarah will pursue a career in education and attend Texas A&M Commerce next year. Her inspirational teacher is Connor Runge.
Mr. Runge encourages me to work my hardest in and out of the classroom and to always remain positive. He has taught me a lot about technology and journalism, but most importantly, he has taught me a lot about life. I've become a better journalist and person because of him. I'm forever grateful for the wisdom he has shared with me.
For recognition in foreign languages, Cole ONeal from McKinney Boyd High School. Cole is a National Merit Scholar and an AP National Scholar. He was captain of the debate team for 2 years, and he qualified for the National Speech and Debate Tournament. Next year, Cole will attend the University of Alabama and study accounting. His inspirational teacher is Joshua Volanik.
I had no passion for learning Spanish before I attended Senor Volanik's Spanish 3 course, and in fact, practically had to be forced into it by my parents. As soon as I had finished my first day of his class, however, I knew that it was a place I wanted to be. His ability to craft a classroom environment that is at once accepting, challenging, instructive, and fun is what makes him the best teacher that I have ever had, and why this is deservedly his 6th straight year of receiving this award.
From McKinney High School, Ryan Culhane. Ryan is involved with the German language and culture, and he's very proud to have a wonderful German teacher in Ms. Diekman. He also participates in water polo, baseball, and swimming and diving teams. Ryan plans to continue learning German and earn an associate's degree in business from Collin College. His inspirational teacher is Sandra Diekman.
As my German teacher, Frau Diekmann, has inspired me to learn more about the German language culture. She has inspired me to think about my options after high school because of how much knowledge she has given me about the German language. As a student, I expected nothing less than success for me in that class because of how well Frau helped us to understand more about the German language, and I am forever grateful for that.
Riley McFarland from McKinney North High School. Riley is a 4-year varsity golf athlete, and she was chosen Most Valuable Player both 2015 and 2016. She earned Academic All-District 3 times and served on the Student Council all 4 years of high school. Next year, Riley will attend Missouri S&T on a Gold Scholarship and study biomedical sciences and pre-veterinary medicine. Her inspirational teacher is Chris James.
Coach James has been my golf coach for 4 years. Starting my freshman year as a beginner, I needed a mentor. Coach James was just that. Whether I need advice on a golf shot or cheering up after a tough hole, Coach James is always there for me. He has shown me how to always look on the bright side of things and modeled how to respectfully treat others on and off of the course.
For achievements in fine arts. From McKinney Boyd High School, Morgan Dworshak. Morgan served as lieutenant for the Boyd Balladoras her junior year and as co-captain her senior year. She achieved academic excellence all 4 years of high schools, and she is a Dennis Baker State Farm Scholar Artist of the Week. Morgan will attend Texas Tech University next year to study psychology and pre-law. Her inspirational teacher is Karis Dunn.
As my dance teacher and drill team director, Mrs. Dunn challenges and inspires me every single day. Mrs. Dunn challenges me to reach my highest potential as a dancer. She inspires me to grow every day as a leader and has taught me to lead my team with love and servant heart. Not only does she push me to grow as a dancer and a leader, but she also motivates me to become a better person in general.
Morgan Dello from McKinney High School. Morgan is a TMEA Music Scholar Award winner, and she performed the soprano lead in her school's operetta. She achieved Outstanding Performer at Honors Recital, and she was the highest placing soprano 1 from McKinney High in all region audition. Morgan will study music education at Texas Tech University next year. Her inspirational teacher is Cindy Johnston.
Miss Johnson has been an amazing mentor to me in the past 5 years. Being an incredible soprano herself, she has taught me by example and experience. She has helped me with every audition and performance, with more encouragement than I maybe deserve sometimes. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't have been able to achieve as much in the past 4 years, and wouldn't know what path I wanted my future to take.
From McKinney North High School, Emily Esale. Emily is a 2-year North Star Dance Officer and a 3-year FFA Officer. She's a 2015-2016 Showtime National Grand Champion with Silver and Bronze Awards. Next year, Morgan will attend Austin College to pursue a major in biology and a minor in education. Her inspirational teacher is Hannah Gassett.
Through leading by example, Mrs. Gassett has motivated me to become more mature, organized, and responsible. She has been one of my main inspirations in my decision to become a teacher. Mrs. Gassett is an excellent role model, typifying a teacher who goes above and beyond to organize and coordinate lessons and events while providing caring and supportive teaching to students.
Tyler Kean from McKinney Boyd High School. Tyler is an AP Scholar with distinction, and he participates with the Interdisciplinary Study and Mentorship Program. He's a member of the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra Philharmonic, and he's played with Lone Star Youth Wind Orchestra. Tyler will study oboe performance at Northwestern University next year. His inspirational teacher is Joe Nunez.
Nobody has ever believed in me like Mr. Nunez has. He has given me countless solo opportunities in marching and concert season that have stretched my musicianship to new levels. entrusted leadership opportunities upon me, and given me the confidence that I need to pursue a field that has occasionally terrified me. Without his mentorship, I would not be where I am today and on the trajectory I lead.
From McKinney High School, Elena Horvath. Elena served as captain of the Marquette drill team the past 2 years, and she's also a member of the high school All-American drill team. She's a member of the Superintendent's Student Advisory Council, and she earned a 5 on the AP Calculus BC exam, which is something not one of her 4 older brothers accomplished, so there. Elena will attend Texas A&M next year to study biomedical engineering, and she plans to audition for the Aggie dance team. Her inspirational teacher is Amy Neely.
As my drill team director for 4 years, I have gotten very close to Miss Neely. She has taught me many life lessons, helped me become a better dancer, and taught me how to be a leader. She manages to be strict, demanding, and intense, yet also be a loving, caring role model. She has made my experience at McKinney High School be filled with memories I will never forget.
Kyle Jarovic from McKinney North High School. Kyle is a 3-time All-State member of the TMEA Symphonic Band and a Texas Music Scholar. He has won the Outstanding Soloist and Outstanding Jazz Performer Awards. Next year, Kyle will attend Texas State University to study jazz performance. His inspirational teacher is Alan Harkey.
What Mr. Harkey has taught me goes beyond what I can express in words. Under his leadership, I developed a passion for playing music, learned about responsibility, accomplished many goals, and I've acquired the essential skills of time management. To quote Mr. Harkey, "To be early is to be on time is to be late, and to be late is to be running laps." Mr. Harkey has inspired me to pursue a career in music, and I am thankful for the guidance and support he has given me the past 4 years at McKinney North.
From McKinney Boyd High School, Luke Rogers. Luke is an AP Scholar with honors and a 3-year member of the TMEA All-State Orchestra. He also performs with the McKinney Boyd Honors Consortium Orchestra and the Dallas Cello and Bass Conservatory. Next year, Luke will pursue a major in bass performance and recording arts. He is undecided on the college he will attend. His inspirational teacher is Michael Link.
Through Mr. Link's consistent help and encouragement over the last 4 years, he has pushed me to become a competitive bass player at the highest level. But more importantly, Mr. Link has molded me into a musician of good character, as he has shown me that music is more than just performing for an award. It is performing for a passion. Thank you, Mr. Link. I would not be where I am today without you.
Katelyn Ostreicher from McKinney High School. Katelyn was awarded a top score of 4 for 4 consecutive years on the Visual Arts Scholastic Event competition. She also received superior and exemplary ratings on her Class 1 violin solo. Katelyn is an accomplished writer as well, and she qualified for the American Quarter Horse Youth Association World Show. Katelyn will attend Texas A&M next year and pursue a major in visualization. Her inspirational teacher is Amanda Hughes.
As my high school art teacher, Mrs. Hughes has impacted me greatly by challenging me as both an artist and as an individual. In art, you can always expect the unexpected. Mrs. Hughes has undoubtedly prepared me more than anyone for my experiences in AP art and for the artistic world that lies ahead of me. She has molded me into the artist and person I am today, and for that, I am forever grateful.
From McKinney North High School, Rachel Melendez. Rachel served on the Orchestra Council for 3 years, and she earned her McKinney North Orchestra Honor Cord. She's also won the Concert Musician and Master Musician Awards. Rachel will attend Collin College next year to obtain her basic education credits. Her inspirational teacher is Margaret Brown.
Mrs. Brown has been with me since I started the orchestra program. She has taught me many musical lessons, but also life skills that I can take with me. She always pushes me to do my best and never gives up on a student. She taught me how to be a leader and also is another mother figure in my life who I fully respect.
For achievements in athletics, Francesca Goal from McKinney Boyd High School. Francesca is a 4-year letterman for softball, and she's a 4-year academic all-district recipient. In 2016, she was chosen as defensive most valuable player, as well as the second-team all-district. Francesca plans to study biology at Texas A&M next year, and eventually she will attend medical school. Her inspirational teacher is Joshua Tiller.
Mr. Tiller has reignited my love for reading and studying literary classics. His class is both intriguing and fun. I do not go a day without laughing in his class. Mr. Tiller's unique sense of humor is refreshing, and he always finds insight in even the most minute details. Mr. Tiller is one of the most brilliant teachers I've ever met, and I would even like to consider him a good friend.
From McKinney High School, Lindy Patterson. Last year, Lindy contributed to the champion McKinney High golf team that took first place at district, and she qualified for the state tournament. In May of 2016, she received the Award of Excellence for Outstanding Achievement in Science. Next year, Lindy will study biomedical engineering and play golf at the University of Texas at Dallas. Her inspirational teacher is Keir Burke.
Mrs. Burke has been at the top of my lengthy favorite teacher list since 4th grade. She was my science and math teacher at Minshew Elementary, and as luck would have it, 3 years later at Cockrell Middle School. Mrs. Burke instilled a love for those subjects that continues to grow. She inspires me to challenge myself academically and taught me skills including integrity, determination, and compassion that will benefit me for the rest of my life.
Good job, Lindy.
Julia Matabike from McKinney North High School. Julia was named 2015-2016 Female Athlete of the Year by the City of McKinney and Most Valuable Player for Track and Field by her school. She is a 2016 5A state champion for her participation in the 4x100 meter relay, the 4x200 meter relay, and the 100 meter dash. Julia has a track scholarship to Texas A&M next year, and she will major in biology. Her inspirational teacher is Jessica Richards.
If I could describe Coach Richards in 3 words, they'd be dedicated, passionate, and competitive. From my first freshman meet to my last senior season, she's been an amazing advocate of my talents. She has encouraged as well as taught me the important values of becoming a better athlete, individual, and to continue to inspire others around me.
From McKinney Boyd High School, Austin Bewley. Austin is a National Merit Commended Scholar and an AP Scholar with distinction. He was selected for the Academic All-State Elite Team for football, and he received the National Football Foundation Scholar Athlete Award. Austin will attend the Honors College of the College of Charleston, where he will study meteorology and play baseball. His inspirational teacher is Don Drake.
Coach Drake has always seen the best in me, as a player and as a student. He taught me not just lessons in sports, but lessons on how to live my life without regrets. From his coaching on the football field to his talks with our team, Coach Drake inspired me to always give everything I had in both sports and school. And now I carry that into life as well.
Jesse Ardila from McKinney High School. Jesse served as captain of the varsity soccer team for 3 years. He was selected for the Texas High School Coaches Association Academic All-State Elite Team, and he has received the United States Academic Achievement Scholarship for World Languages. Jesse will study mechanical engineering in the Collegium 5 Honors Program and will play soccer for the University of Texas at Dallas. His inspirational teacher is Alan Pocock.
I have had many great teachers at MHS, but in terms of self-improvement as a student and individual, Coach Pocock has been there for me all 4 years. Not only has he guided me towards excellence on and off the field, but has personally invested numerous hours of his own time for me. Coach Pocock has been my biggest advocate at MHS, for which I am sincerely grateful.
There you go, buddy.
From McKinney North High School, Khalil Luis. Khalil is a 2014 All-Collin County football selection and a two-time first-team All-District football selection. He was chosen for the first-team Academic All-State and is the National Football Foundation Scholar Athlete of the Year for the Dallas chapter. Next year, Khalil will attend the University of Pennsylvania and study in their pre-med program as well as play football. His inspirational teacher is David Moliere.
As my freshman biology teacher and administrator, Mr. David Moliere has displayed to me what it takes to be a respected individual. Through his interactions with other students, teachers, and administrators, one can see the importance of fairness, character, and truth, and how that correlates to widespread admiration and respect across the entire school. He's an impeccable role model for my fellow classmates and I am grateful to have met him.
All right.
For achievements in the at-large category, Riley Simmons from McKinney Boyd High School. Riley is a recipient of an honors scholarship, and she was voted Miss Congeniality. She volunteers with Youth Life Capernaum, and she works as a nanny. Riley will attend Midwestern State University to study nursing in hopes of becoming a pediatric oncology nurse. Her inspirational teacher is Katie Abel.
From day one, Mrs. Abel has poured into me both personally and academically. She has taught me that I can achieve anything that I put my mind to and to always chase my dreams. I can't even count all of the life lessons she has taught me and all the opportunities she has blessed me with. Thank you for being the most influential teacher in my life and for investing in me.
Good job, Riley.
From McKinney High School, Nicole Stussy. Nicole achieved academic All-State for girls basketball, and she has competed in All-State journalism 3 years in a row. She was chosen as a finalist for the National Multimedia Story of the Year and Yearbook Design of the Year for the National Scholastic Press Association. Next year, Nicole will study journalism at the University of Texas at Austin. Her inspirational teacher is Alyssa Behringer.
Mrs. Behringer has been a mentor for me for all 4 years of high school and on the academic UIL team. This year, Mrs. Behringer also took on the role of yearbook advisor. In the time that she has been my teacher, she has helped me find my voice through writing editorials and has helped me learn the power of social media for journalists.
Daniel Pickering from McKinney North High School. Daniel is captain of the Guard Dogs and is a member of the varsity dive team and the track and field team. He is lettered in orchestra and he's earned the Master Musician Award. Next year, Daniel will attend Collin College to obtain his associate's degree, and he will then transfer to the University of Texas at San Antonio. His inspirational teacher is Holly Gomez.
Mrs. Gomez has inspired me by helping me learn how to analyze, understand, and enjoy reading. Her teaching style is not standard, but new and very expressive for all students. The kids that know her feel comfortable coming to her and asking questions. She has helped me become successful and improve my outlook on a subject I struggled in.
From McKinney Boyd, H.D. Tolson. H.D. serves as student body president for his school, and he was voted Mr. Nice Guy at homecoming. He is recipient of the class of 2017 Leadership Award, and he volunteers as a middle school mentor at First McKinney Baptist Church. H.D. will study journalism next year at Baylor University. His inspirational teacher is Jennifer Lloyd.
At the end of my freshman year, Mrs. Lloyd said she knew that I would be student council president my senior year and has never doubted me since. Mrs. Lloyd sets her expectations high with all of her students because she genuinely wants to see them reach their fullest potential. She challenges her students and expects us to step up to the plate. That is a rare quality in teachers, and it has impacted me and provided me with a stronger belief in myself.
Micah Wolson from McKinney High School. Micah has served as parliamentarian and senior class president for the Student Council. She's received the Academic Excellence Award all 4 years of high school, and she was selected as Outstanding Geography Student her freshman year. Next year, Micah is going to the University of Georgia to study in the College of Public and International Studies. Her inspirational teacher is Richard McGowan.
Mr. McGowan has encouraged me to believe in my academic potential and helped shape my love of history, geography, and the way the past connects to the future. I credit so much of my additional will to learn in my incredibly well-edited college essays to him. Thank you for all you have done.
From McKinney North High School, Erica Tucker. Erica serves as Executive Board Secretary for the Student Council and is a member of the National Honor Society. She's achieved academic all-district honors and is a 3-year varsity volleyball player. Erica will attend the University of Oklahoma and study health and exercise science. Her inspirational teacher is Ty Munich.
Mr. Munich is by far my favorite teacher I've ever had at McKinney North. His personality lets him click with his students in ways other teachers cannot. Mr. Munich has taught me to stay dedicated, how to become a leader, and how to take initiative when others won't. I could go on, but I'll end with a quote from Mr. Munich, "Set up for success."
In recognition of our district salutatorians, Lexi Thorson, McKinney Boyd High School. Lexi is a National Merit Finalist and a National AP Scholar. She is president of the Key Club, and she participated with the Language Immersion Program in Spain, as well as the Superintendent's Student Advisory Council. Lexi will pursue business honors in Spanish at the University of Texas at Austin next year. Her inspirational teacher is Robin Lakey.
Mrs. Lakey is so much more than an educator. While her classroom perfectly balances academic challenge with individualized learning, it is the constant laughter that I will remember. Through the ups and downs of senior year, Mrs. Lakey has always been there to listen and give lots of hugs. She brightens up every room with her infectious enthusiasm, and her compassion for her students inspires me on a daily basis. I am truly blessed to have her as a lifelong inspiration, mentor, and friend.
From McKinney High School, Eric Bates. Eric is a NASA SLI participant, and he is Chief of Science in the Engineering Club. He placed 21st in the Team America Rocketry Challenge, and he is a national qualifier in flight endurance for the Technology Student Association. Eric plans to major in mechanical engineering. His inspirational teacher is Robert Gupton.
Mr. Gupton has been my teacher in numerous engineering classes throughout my middle school and high school career. He introduced me to various advanced and challenging competitions, encouraging me to further my goals in engineering. His passion and unwavering commitment in every class he teaches and every project he takes on continues to inspire me to pursue a career in engineering. I couldn't have imagined a better teacher to guide me through school.
Mileena Corriveau from McKinney North High School. Mileena is a National Merit Commended Scholar, and she won the Spirit of McKinney Youth Volunteer of the Year Award. She is president of the National Art Honor Society and president of the Interact Club. Mileena will study biochemistry and Spanish next year at Southern Methodist University. Her inspirational teacher is Andrew Myers.
Since entering my life sophomore year, Senior Myers has become an integral part of my high school experience. Going above his contractual obligation of ensuring I knew how to conjugate verbs, Senior Myers also became invested in my life and future. During moments that ranged from inquiring about how my brother was adjusting to high school to writing numerous letters of recommendation, the most important lesson he taught me, how vital it is to care and connect with those around me.
In recognition of our district's valedictorians. From McKinney Boyd High School, Nidha Shah. Nidha is a National AP Scholar and a National Merit Finalist. She's a winner of the DFW Metroplex Aspirations in Computing Award from the National Center for Women and Information Technology. And she's a two-time Siemens semi-finalist. Next year, Nidha will study neuroscience at either the University of Pennsylvania or the University of Houston. Her inspirational teacher is Richard Schupak.
Our AP Latin class taught by Mr. Schupak runs on a group discussion, which results in insightful ideas along with a few tangential conversations. Yet in this way, Mr. Schupak brings the Latin language together with other subjects. But his teaching extends beyond the classroom. Constantly pushing us to indulge in our own interests outside of school, he stresses the importance of discovery and relaxation in addition to academic excellence. He inspires me to explore and expand, to work hard and play hard.
Shuva Gautam from McKinney High School. Shuva is president of the Physics Club and vice president of Club 2412. She is a participant in the NASA Student Launch Initiative, and she is proud to have perfect attendance all 4 years of high school so far. Next year, Shuva will attend the University of Houston and study mechanical engineering. Her inspirational teacher is Robert Gupton.
Mr. Gupton is an incredibly dedicated teacher. His passion for enriching his students' education inspired me to pursue a career in engineering. Through his perseverance, I learned to never let impeding obstacles stop me from success. His compassion drives me to be the best I can be. Thank you, Mr. Gupton, for providing me with an unforgettable high school experience.
From McKinney North High School, Mushfekar Rahman. Mushfekar is president of the Student Council as well as the Spanish Elite Club. He is a National Merit Commended Scholar, and he's a proud member of the McKinney North Blue Blazers Student Ambassadors. Mushfekar will attend Southern Methodist University next year as a President's Scholar, and he will study biochemistry and political science. His inspirational teacher is Amber Stevens.
When I first met Miss Stevens, I was slightly overwhelmed by her energy and exuberance. However, over the next 5 years, I came to embrace this tenacity into my own life as Miss Stevens guided me into theater as an enthusiastic director and to high school as a trusted mentor and friend. Miss Stevens has been a fairy godmother and true role model, all rolled into one. Thank you, Miss Stevens, for always supporting me.
You really went to school every single day? If I'd only known there's a correlation between that and being the valedictorian, I might have been the valedictorian. I doubt that. Listen, I hope it's been a special night for you. And as I look around the room, I talked at the very beginning about capturing a moment, about making this one of those nights, students, that you'll remember for a long time. But I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that this has probably been just as much of a special moment for your parents tonight. Your parents have been an integral part of all that you've accomplished, and they're to be commended as well. So parents, we thank you for sending us your best every single year. Keep sending more, okay? Students, before we adjourn, let me just say, the next time that you hear me speaking to you will be what date? June 2nd. Something happens that day. What is it? Something called graduation. And I'm looking forward to that day or that night, depending on when your ceremony is. But I want to take this informal setting to wish you the absolute best and say to you, from all of us and all that I represent as your superintendent, from all those people that have been a part of your lives to this point, thank you for representing us well. We look forward to you representing us into the future and hopefully coming back someday to McKinney and maybe even McKinney ISD. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You have a great evening, and we are adjourned.